What's going on, guys? It's Weather with Jonathan here, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the potential for a big severe weather outbreak in the south, and the potential for some warm weather in the west coast, the potential for a major snowstorm in the upper Midwest, and the potential for a polar vortex to completely break loose. I'm going to be going over all this in your forecast. Starting off with what's happening around the U.S., you can see we have the system working its way across the U.S. And if I just pause this real quick, if I actually can, you guys will be able to see what's happening with our severe weather. So this system right here is going to be causing some severe weather. And you can see those severe thunderstorms have started popping off in Oklahoma and central Oklahoma. So that's that. Let's take a look at our NWS hazards. Also, before I go over everything, I just want to say I apologize because about my voice because I am actually sick today. Well, I might be sick, but anyways. So you can see what's happening around the U.S. We got those winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories and winter storm watches in the upper Midwest. Then a bunch of wind advisories across the upper Midwest and the South, and those winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings in the Rockies. So now let's take a look at what could be happening with our atmospheric river in the West Coast. This is our new little storm right here. It could dump a lot of snow in the mountains, and also a lot of rain in California. And if I pull this out, 264 hours out, you can see, look at the max, you guys, 9.99 inches. So that's 0.01 inches away from 10 inches. So 10 inches. So that's a lot. Now we need to start talking about our severe weather because that is the big concept of this video. You can see those dew points are going to really start rising in Oklahoma, and that's going to support thunderstorm development. And as I showed you with what's happening around the U.S., you can see that when I circled it, Oklahoma, you guys could see some of those thunderstorms really popping off. So you can see that those dew points are going to start reaching a lot farther north, I think, because of the dew points and because of the way things are looking. We have the best chance for discrete supercells and discrete chance for tornado development right in and around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, just to the east of that in the northeast. So that's where we probably have our greatest tornado potential. I really need to show you guys our CAPE because we're going to have a lot of CAPE, which, if you guys don't know what CAPE is, it stands for convective available potential energy, and it's basically like gas for a car. And that's a lot of instability. That's moderate instability, so that's going to support those thunderstorms to become strong and definitely produce tornadoes, possibly. Not really talking about the strong side of tornadoes. We're really talking about just tornadoes in general. So you can see that. I'll move out of the way and die down. But then we have that cape starting to come a little back up in the south. But our main day is today. Now that's not our dew points, but this is our dew points. And you can see it's going to start rising a little bit once it gets into the deep south. That's where we do have a risk. But let's take a look at our risk for today. So you can see today we have an enhanced risk in effect for we're mainly focusing on this area for severe weather, but anywhere in any risk, I don't care what risk you're in, but you guys need to watch out for rain, thunderstorms, or some very severe thunderstorms and strong storms. So if you guys live in the yellow or the orange, I need you guys to be prepared because this is going to be an impactful event. I'll see if I can go live today, but I do not think so because I am sick. Now let's take a look at our risk for tomorrow. We have that slight risk, and I'll go over the risks for everything after this. We have that slight risk for the deep south, and if you guys live in that yellow risk, you guys got to pay attention. So that's tomorrow. Now our main risk day is today, where we have that enhanced risk. But so that's what's happening there. Now let's take a look at our probabilistic severe weather. You can see in our hail outlook we have that hatched risk area of 10% sig severe, and that hatched risk that outlined in black, and then that over that 30% risk, that's indicating hail upwards of 2 inches in diameter, maybe even bigger than 2 inches in diameter. So you guys gotta watch out, and we're definitely gonna have some very large hail with this event. Our tornado risk just got upgraded to a 10% risk just this morning, right before I uploaded this video. And you can see we have that 10% tornado risk. So we could definitely see some tornadoes if we had a SIG tornado risk, which I think could definitely happen later later this afternoon around lunchtime. That could definitely happen. So now let's take a look at our wind outlook for today. You can see we still have that 30% risk, but it's a little farther east. So you guys are definitely going to see some wind, because that is going to form into a little more of a linear mode after after that tornado threat dies down. Now let's take a look at our probabilistic severe weather for tomorrow. Our tornado risk is 2%, but a pretty big 2%. So you guys definitely gotta be aware. Hail is not our main threat. It's wind that is our main threat. We have a 15% chance of wind. We're probably just gonna see some severe thunderstorms roll in with definitely some wind happening. So yeah. So now let's track this out on the NAM 3 kilometer model. You can see some early morning rain showers. And guys, I just want to tell you, it is actually only 10 a.m. and this is what it's showing at 10 a.m. Instead, so the models are being a little wrong today. But currently it's 10 a.m. and this is what it's showing. We have those rain showers moving throughout this entire region, and yes, a couple little down here. But that's not what's necessarily wrong. Instead, what's kind of wrong is that we have those severe thunderstorms already popping up because somehow the cap has already broken. So I think I'll go live a little earlier, but yeah, so then those severe thunderstorms are going to quickly intensify and produce some very large hail. Then we have that threat for tornadoes right after it moves out of the Dallas area, and it'll quickly move into a linear sort of mode around 7 p.m., and then that's going to continue throughout the overnight hours. So, yeah, and then those severe thunderstorms will reach all the way down to south central Texas. So, yeah. So now let's take a look at day 2. You can see that is just going to be mainly a wind threat for the deep south, but it is a little discrete supercell embedded in there, but probably not. So yeah, so we're probably not going to see too much with that. Now, real quick, I want to show you our updraft helicity tracks because they have been growing, and also I just deeply apologize, but this is actually not how big the hail could get. This is where we have the biggest threat for tornadoes. Yes, a little bit down here, but that's not like our main area. It is going to be very, 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 very active right here. And if you guys can see this, I think we have the most chance for tornadoes here. And then this and definitely has a chance for tornadoes, but more of a hail threat. So that is our tornado stuff. Now let's take a look at our significant tornado parameter, because we're going to get some tornadoes with this, I promise you. We'll get at least one tornado. So definitely a high chance of tornadoes for that. We definitely have out of 10 a good 7 to 10 in some areas near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. So that's going to support the environment for tornadoes. I just want to show you our supercell composite. That means that if we see supercells, that they will sort of that they will be discrete. So now let's move on to our snowstorm in the upper Midwest. They've been showing a little bit less snow lately for the areas impacted by this. Now it's showing the higher totals up here in this circle. And you could still expect a good amount of snow, though, from this. Upwards maybe of 5 inches in some discrete areas, like maybe southwestern Iowa, but I'm not really relying on that. I'm more relying on northeastern Nebraska and up through many parts of Minnesota in that area. So now let's take a look at our big pattern swing. You guys can see that we have this large cold front out ahead of that warm air, and that's going to cause temperatures to completely just plummet to maybe even 30 degrees below average, and temperatures could reach minus 10 to minus 15. So it's going to be very cold, and that's going to stick around for a while. But then we have this massive warm up for much of the U.S., but it quickly cools back down. But then this is our big warm up for the upper Midwest. So look at that, and look at our temperatures for this. They won't be that high, but they're much above average for that area. So it's gonna really start warming up. Maybe even sometimes it could reach 80 degrees in Nebraska, some areas in southern Nebraska. And then that warm air is really gonna start seeping into the upper Midwest. So it's really gonna start doing its thing for spring. Hey, that rhymed. Yes, exactly, it rhymed. And guess what? Not only did that rhyme, but guess what? We have a massive warm up ahead for the much of the U.S. and it's going to start warming up a little bit on the West Coast. Look at these temperatures. Actually, you guys could see tomorrow on the West Coast upwards of 60 degrees. Maybe even some areas could reach 70 degrees and maybe even 80 degrees in southern Arizona. So you guys are going to be warming up a lot. Thank you guys for coming and watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for all my supporters out there, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. And also, I apologize that I am sick.